Welcome to Black Love Matters, which is service therapy session for figuring out adulthood,
loving each other,
and finding out in the Black Michelle.
We're Jay-Z and Beyonce. Or this episode, child, we gonna go with Joy Reid and Jason Reid. Now, for y'all who don't know who Joy Reid is one of Neil's favorite political commentators on the earth. She is from Joy in the AM. I had to look up what her damn last name is because whenever I think of Joy from the AM, AM with Joy, whatever the hell that show is.
AM Joy.
AM Joy. I just call her AM Joy. I don't know her last name. She is a black woman. It's on MSNBC. And basically her job is just to stay on niggas' asses consistently, persistently, and relentlessly. And at the same time, sometimes she be doing some learning and growth and development too. But Nero made me, he made me. As a couple, we decided to watch a little news. Y'all know this California primary coming up soon. And Nyambi got to make a damn decision. I can't just keep bullshitting. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, let's see what the black woman you like. Niram said, don't just call it a black woman. It's AM with Joy. I would say, well, turn the hoe on. So, I was like, who is she? I don't know anything about her except the name of her show. And she married to a brother. He do something. So I just want to highlight another black love. And especially as we get into deeper and deeper into this political season. If you're looking for a black woman's voice, go ahead and take a peek at her on NBC's. Niram, you got stuff for Joy? Or you gonna say for your check-in?
Let's say for chicken. I would say the main thing is that Joy be getting their motherfucking asses.
That's what I always say. She gets some people ass. It doesn't matter. And she's equal opportunity getting ass. I've seen her getting Negroes asses. I've seen her getting white people asses. I've seen her getting in culturally ambiguous people asses, white women's asses. So I appreciate it.
I think the other thing is her looks. Like,
yeah.
When somebody be saying shit, or like, for example, today when I was watching her, somebody was like, listen to black women. And I almost thought she was like, ooh.
Ooh. See, that's why I never could be a commentator. Nor that's why nobody ever want to invite Nyambi on. Because I'd be like, what in the hell? Trash. Like, I would be seeing all types of extracurricular shit. Anyway, who is you?
I'm Nero.
And I'm Nyambi.
And this is episode 308, y'all.
Hey.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. We did it. We made it.
Be sure to leave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts and on Stitcher, and follow us on all forms of social media at Black Love Matters. That's black. Okay. What's going on, baby?
February flying, ain't it, y'all? I don't know what's going on, but we only a few more days till we in March. They do us wrong with February. I feel like it glided on by. But you know what? All the folks who are up north on East Coast, the spring is coming. Y'all got anywhere between 2 weeks and 3 more months left. So hang on.
When was
what?
I want to say, Groundhog Day.
This is February 2nd. I don't know what the fuck happened because I live in California.
Oh, what Phil say?
Is that what his name is?
Yeah, it's like Pisatonic Phil or something like that.
You don't give a fuck? Ain't it always more winter?
What the fuck is his name? Ponatonic Phil?
When has he been right? He like the drunk uncle y'all keep inviting to the party and you keep asking him to bring the soda and every year he forgets. Why do y'all do this?
I don't know why they keep bringing, I think it's like Punxsutawney Phil.
Whatever his name is. Well, before I jump in too deep, you already know what time it is. Hit it. Here we go, y'all. Y'all hear it, right? Y'all let the love back.
Oh, my God.
Let's take a love back.
Well, we lost another one.
We lost another one.
Bring it on down there. We done lost B. Smith. The woman, the legend, the one who made us sure we ate good. She made sure our house was in order. She gave us silverware, plates. She had a beautiful restaurant off Broadway in New York. She also have another one at Union Station in D.C. She done passed away, y'all. She done passed away. You know, she had that early onset Alzheimer. We ain't gonna talk about her trash ass husband right now and that white woman. But I just want to save space for B. Smith. What? What? Was that nice nasty?
Yes.
What?
I don't want to say shit about her and that trash ass husband and that white woman.
But I do want to give a shout out to B. Smith. What I'm bringing to the fume is a classy trifle. For you niggas don't know what a trifle is. It's a sponge cake layered with fruit and cream. All that shit layered and real pretty on top. And to put icing on it, because I'm real classy, I'm going to bring it in my B. Smith glassware. That's also a trifle plate. But you know, I got to watch that husband because I don't trust him. So what I'm going to do at the end of the funeral, I'm going to sneak in the kitchen and put it in Tupperware and take my glassware back.
Oh.
What you bringing there?
Peach cobbler.
You bringing it in a classy ceramic dish, or you gonna bring it in a disposable aluminum foil? Not aluminum foil.
I'm bringing aluminum foil.
Why, you don't trust them either?
No.
R.I.P. B. Smith. What y'all bringing to the film? That hurt me. I feel like, sometimes I be in my housekeeper bag and my domestic bag, and B. Smith was like always a guiding star for me. Like, I remember when we bought our first home or our condo, all like my white plates and stuff were from B. Smith. And even when like we did our housewarming, and that's why I went to Bed Bath and Beyond, is because they sell her stuff too. Mm-hmm. So like all my stuff was B. Smith. I'm a stand for her. So shout out to her. The colonizers got Martha. We got B. Smith.
Right.
She gonna be missed. I don't even know who coming behind B. Smith.
Don't know.
Who worried about taking care of the house? All these influencers. Who influencing the home? I might look that up. Who's the home? Because the influencers for the home, they don't tie it together. Like it'd be interior designers who paint your whole room black and calling it fashion. And then you wonder why you're depressed because ain't no sun coming in. Or you got the other ones on the opposite side. They don't know nothing about keeping up a house, but they can make you a good vegetarian, I don't know, rib.
Won't you
Something that don't make sense.
Home by Nyambi.
Homes. Do you know what I'm saying? Like B. Smith was lifestyle. Maybe that's it. B. Smith can cook you trifles, collard greens. She can give you a plate. She can give you a comforter. She can give you a cleaning product. She'll give you a cookbook. She'll give you a hosting book. But the girls nowadays, and the boys, hey, I'm equal opportunity. Whoever want to step up to the plate can step up to the damn plate to give us something. The influencers are so divided. But y'all about that niche marketing. I'm saying y'all because you're a part of it. So, influencers, the one who make the coin, they be so niche that they scared to go big. Because
the riches are in the niches.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I thought you said riches in the what? Riches is in the niches, and that's how you get the bitches.
I ain't say nothing about bitches. I just said riches in them. Riches is in the niches, and that's how you get Nyambi.
Oh. But you know what? Let me think about that. I'm definitely going to my next subject.
I told you, home by Nyambi.
Going to my next check-in. That might be a goal I got to make for 2021.
How did you find out B. Smith died?
Neeram told me, and he hit me in my throat.
I did not.
I'm laying in the bed doing quiet meditation and prayer, getting up every morning. You was
not. You just got done yelling at me.
For?
I don't know.
It didn't happen. What are you talking
about? It happened.
What did I yell at you for?
I don't know.
Near mistake yelling for me just talking.
The
and
news
talking
or something?
With passion. That is a microaggression against
the
black.
The news or something.
Yelling, raising our voice is a microaggression against black women. Whenever anybody tells a black woman you yelling or you talking too loud, that is a microaggression against us. Because we use because that is a form of passion. Y'all are weaponizing our passion against us. Ooh, come on, I need to write
I'm not gonna let you come over here. Like I'm not gonna let you come over here with that toxic femininity.
Y'all, whoever listening can use it.
That is some
that
toxic.
Actually can work in Cubicle Warriors.
That is some toxic femininity.
Because for anybody who might get a trash ass review talking about you too assertive or you too loud, whatever it is, go ahead and use what Nyambi just said. To be like, I really consider this feedback a microaggression because of blah 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 blah.
Toxic femininity.
That ain't toxic femininity. That's the damn truth. But anyway, I gotta wait on home with Nyambi because I've been just doing some reflection on what I'm at, and I made some goals this year, but I'm realizing that instead of me focusing on the goal, and don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna throw my goals out the window, but I think I've been thinking about systems and processes, and I'm thinking, as I've made this move to Colonizer Valley, as I'm getting more comfortable, as I've kind of went through everything I went through my transition here, and I'm finally getting a little comfortable, my systems aren't in place. Like, I haven't adjusted my systems pre-white ass New England. And what I'm learning is those same systems that worked out there don't work here. And my thought is if my systems aren't tight, it's harder and harder for me not only to achieve goals, but have clarity on purpose and direction and productivity. So I'm kind of taking a standstill right at March 1st. Actually, not March 1st. I love the Lord. We're going to start this at Lent, honey. So this Wednesday, I'm really going to start this Wednesday throughout the rest of the year. I'm going to really start unpacking and understanding my systems and processes. So for y'all, to break that down even further, we traditionally do goals. Goals is the end product, and the system and process is how we get to it, or those habits that we do every day to bite off bits and pieces of it. And it's just time for me to re-examine it. And it's almost a shifting of mindset and what routines do I need to put in place to feel the best that I need to, emotionally, spiritually, professionally all of that. And the thing is, I have this great privilege of it just being me, you, and Mabel. I like my job. My friends know my heart. So if I need to take a step back for it, it don't matter, right? At my parent, I'm in this space of just being held that I think I'm gonna be a little self-full and figure out like new systems and processes. And when I mean systems, I'm thinking core need. Think Maslow hierarchy of needs. Like, I'm talking foundational shit. How often do I wash my hair? Y'all know I come on here and tell them I be trying to find a new stylist because I want a bad sew-in or da-da-da-da. Right? Instead of me getting so wrapped up on the goal of finding a stylist, my ass need to make a routine that every 14 days, I am going to wash, deep conditioner, and moisturize my motherfucking hair. Now, that's going to either have to be Nyambi or I'm going to have to pay somebody to do it. Either way, cool. That is a system in place that I cannot stop. The greater goal is finding a beautician, stylist, cosmetologist that I trust, we got a relationship with, they can do the badass sew-ins. But what happened is I be trying to just jump to the badass sew-ins, and
you need to just start with getting your hair washed.
I just need to start moisturizing my damn hair. I can wash my hair.
You good?
Is the style the best or anything I like? No. But is my hair going to be in a healthy position if I consistently wash it every 14, whatever cadence, I just said that, whatever, at a consistent cadence and moisturize and deep conditioner, is it going to be in a better place long term compared to how irregular I'm treating it now? Yes.
That way you can try out new positions just by getting the washing gun.
Come on. That's what I'm saying. Other processes that are in place, right? Instead of like, oh, I want to lose this weight, I got 15 more pounds. No, bitch. How many times are you going to move your damn body a week? What are the non-damn negotiables? Don't you get on that fucking scale. Or if you do, no scale day is every fucking Monday. You get on that bitch every Monday and you go to the gym every Tuesday and Wednesday. Like, I just need systems and process. Washing dishes, washing clothes. Do I wash clothes every Wednesday and Saturday? Now, if some shit pop up between there, guess what I don't do? Don't watch. Like, that's just the shit I just need to get to. You know I love the Lord. When am I spending time in devotion? Is it once a week? Is it once a day? Is it once a month? Whatever the fuck it is, get very clear on that and be in integrity with that. And it's just been so long since I've like sat down and made this for myself. Communicating with family and friends. What is my cadence? And just not only tell me, but tell them. I'm good every other week, or I'm good this week at this time. How about you?
I'm gonna call you at Wednesdays at 5.
What? Oh, you telling me you don't want appointments? What you think your sister? If you told that sister, what she gonna be like? Don't you call me Wednesday at 5? Most part, people want to be told what to do. I've learned that from Silicon Valley, and so I'm going to tell people: are you available to talk every Thursday at 6 p.m. while I'm driving home? And most likely they're going to say yes. Then if they say no, I'm like, oh, okay, well, we have to figure out a different time. But I don't know when that's going to be for now. So maybe text would be better for us. Just being clear in your needs. So, I don't know. I'm just getting back to that. Your thoughts on that, Niram? Is that strange?
No, I think you need, that's how people become successful. Just having these systems and processes in place.
Yeah. When I'm washing Mabel ass, Mabel get an ass wash every Saturday. Now, is some Saturday she going to be at the groomer? Is some Saturday she gonna be with me? Is some Saturday she gonna be with some? Yes, but guess who getting their ass washed every Saturday? Mabel.
Ooh, she jumped up.
She did jump up. So that's what I'm just thinking.
You got her scared.
So, but I think it also will help with routine for us, Niram. So we know what's coming up and what's happening at that time too. Next thing I want to get.
It's like Taco Tuesday.
I'm about to get that disciplined with food, but the thing is, I'm a foodie, so that might not work for me. As a foodie, a system in place would be like picking a recipe once a week from a cookbook because I don't like the same food every week, and I actually enjoy cooking if I have time. So we'll see. I just want to give a quick shout out to Terrell from YouTube. Y'all know who Terrell is? T-E-R-E. No, T-E, I think it's R-R-E-L-L. So Terrell. If y'all need a good key, please go watch him. He does like response videos. Y'all know how like L does those song association videos where like, I'm going to say this word and think of the first song you come to. Whatever song or lyric comes to, you have to sing it, but you have to do it before 15 minutes. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He actually was the first person who started that on YouTube. And they kind of got it from him. And the difference between him and L, sometimes I would say L is hit or miss. So every 20% of the time they got someone I'm interested in. But Terrell, he hit every time. And he only get niggas who can sing to the fucking ground. He did it so good. He had a contest with his viewers for them to do the word association. And then the top, I think 5 or 10 contestants, he flew them out to California and they created an album.
What?
And he like executive produced it, helped wrote it with them. It's called Invitation to the Cookout. If y'all looking for a bop, first of all, go look at Terrell on YouTube. He's going to be hilarious. I love Jesus, Team Jesus for Christ. He is Team Jesus for Christ, but he cussed a little and drink brown liquor. So I really think I'm an only child, but I think if I had a brother, it would be him. Because, we could sing Take Me to the King, and then the next mouth be talking about Jodeci. So that is very much how the channel is. But when I tell y'all, go listen to his album on Spotify. So it's Invitation to the Cookout by Terrell. Terrell. And it just got my life. And when I think about influencers and impact that you have in really recognizing your sphere of influence, like, he is doing this to a T. Like, and I often don't cape for influencers. I barely cape for Niram because
she don't cape for Niram.
I don't cape for influencers. That's why when people are like, oh, y'all do this, I am not an influencer. I am Nyambi. But this is what it's about. Because I think the late millennials and some Gen Zers be so self-focused. And I'm not saying don't get yours, but damn, you can't read a bitch down and don't extend the hand back. Now, you're supposed to extend the hand back every time, but sometimes you got to extend the hand back. And it was just something about him having this channel, having this exposure. I'm sure he getting his money from ads, YouTube, and all types of other sponsorship. But he put his coins, or got sponsors to put his coins together, create an actual album for all these people who would have never had the exposure they had from his YouTube channel, or even have the exposure to have a real live record. And I just think that's so impactful. And like, that's the big up shit. But the thing is, y'all, they can fucking sing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not talking about S-I-N-G. I'm talking about sang. Any motherfucking R&B artist out there right now, anybody on that album can take them. I would say only one maybe they can't take is an Ari Lennox. But name any of y'all other faves. A rap. Ella, rap. Her, rap. Name some of them other people. Rap.
Jill Scott.
No, she's a legend. I'm talking about these young ladies out. Kalani, rap. Who else is a young R&B singer? Who else whispering? Summer Walker, rap. Rap. And if y'all don't believe me, go to his channel, go listen to his album.
Because Nyambi
They redid Tevin Campbell, Can We Talk? Mm-hmm. And Avery Wilson redid it. I'm going to have to bring it up for you a little bit, y'all, so y'all can see this. But actually, no, Wednesday, I'll show y'all my favorite songs. Next, weekend movie update. I watched 2. And I love them both for different ass reasons. The first one is for all my Netflix niggas out there. It's called Horse Girl. Oh, yes, it's strange. Yes, it's indie. Okay? It was a trip at first view. So if you just looking at it, you ain't gonna know what the fuck is going on.
I still don't know what's going on.
But it's the Dupass brothers. You know the Dupass brothers?
Brothers.
Now I'm Jamaican. Brothers. I might be. I don't know, honey. I ain't take the 23andMe yet. You know the Dupass brothers there?
Yeah, the house. Not that house. That hotel movie.
Yes. So
it's hotel show.
It's Room 104 on HBO. So that's already in itself trippy. If you like sci-fi, trippy, fantasy, go on over to HBO Room 104. It's gonna fuck you up every week. Some episodes you're gonna love. Some episodes you're gonna hate. Some episodes you're gonna leave scratching your head. So just so you know, that's the energy Horse Girl is on. I'm not going to give you too much, but I'm going to give you a little bit. It's about aliens, horses, and time travel. And I also want to give the respect to this white woman, Alison Brie. Alison Brie prayed the shit out of this ticky, ticky, boom white woman. I believe Alison Brie was ticky, ticky, boom, boom. Now, were there some plots I was like, what the hell is happening? What was the director just having fun? Yes. But when Alison Brie, everything on that fucking scripts...
Actually, she wrote, too.
And she EP'd it? Well, maybe that's why. Everything they said, pretend to talk to the wall. I believe the wall was talking to her. Pretend to walk through a door and go to a different dimension. I believe she was in a different fucking dimension. It was excellent. Now, although I said the movie's about aliens, horses, and time travel, it ain't really about aliens, horses, and time travel. But on first view, you niggas gonna think that's what it's about. You're gonna be like, this is some real colonizer shit. I don't get it. But because y'all know I like indie films. So maybe I should say that first. I like a good indie film. I like a nice dark theme. I like metaphors. I like shit that don't make sense. I love a movie that make me fucking uncomfortable. I like a movie that make me scratch my scalp. I make a movie, you know, when you just be moving because you just uncomfortable in your body. I love a shit like that. If you don't like that type of movie, this ain't your shit. It's truly about like psychotic depression and how uncomfortable society is with it. And that's why I thought it was a beautiful showing of it. It truly shows like what happens when people reach such a depressive state that they basically lose touch with reality. And then also how there's so many people around you that see it happening, and instead of someone truly intervening in, everyone just kind of puts their hands up and shake their head around it. So in other words, it's like an encapsulation of how difficult it can be to admit you're depressed. Psychosis also isn't a choice, but instead is something many people are plagued with when their reality has become too difficult to handle. And it can push people to basically scary levels when it's not treated properly. And like, that's really what I got out of it. Because you'll see different films or scenes in a movie and she'll do something. And it's not even the extreme level. By the end of the movie, y'all, we talking about the aliens done got her. She going to the world. Like, she's doing all these things.
Her ass floated away.
But before we got to her getting floated away by the aliens, there were all these instances where everybody kind of like did this. Yeah, the uncomfortable silence. And nobody was like, hey, that don't make no damn sense. Or let's go. Or they'll say things like, I recommend you go to a doctor. She just said she see purple man walking around. You think she's gonna be like, oh yeah, of course. Let me just head to the doctor. Mm-hmm. And then when she goes to the doctor, because of course she's not gonna go to a psychiatrist, she went to an ear, nose, and throat doctor, and she gonna tell the ear, nose, and throat doctor talking about he was like, because she was having bloody noses. This is all I'm gonna give away. And he was like, is there anything else I can help you with? She was like, yeah, I know you're testing me for anemia. Is there any way you can test to see if I'm a clone? What? Now, what Hippocratic oath did that doctor take that he talking about, I just recommend you see somebody? Ain't at that moment it's his obligation to say, you know what? You're right. I'm going to send you to a specialist who tests people to see if they're clones. You think Naomi won't play along? I'm like, oh yeah, we're going to send you to a specialist to specifically test to see. It's such cutting edge, but we're going to get you tested. And I'm like, whoa. What you think about that? Niram's quiet. He watched a little bit of it when he went falling asleep. It's dark. It's different. It's eclectic. It's indie. It is not going to be a normal movie, y'all. But that really, like, I like to unpack movies like that.
It's a good Naomi movie.
What you think about it?
Nia, you know what I'm talking about. It's a good Naomi Christmas movie.
Horse Girl. You didn't like it? What you thought?
You
hated it? You can say you hated it.
I ain't hate it, but it was just interesting.
Did you get the same themes I got?
No, so much so I had to go look it up on Wikipedia because I was like, what the hell is going on? Because shit just wasn't making sense to me.
I mean, that's the fact. That's what it, and weren't you in scenes where you were physically uncomfortable?
Yes. And I was like, I don't know what the hell is going on.
Imagine being face to face with that person. And we all have people in our lives that do stuff. And you just be like, never mind. I was going to say, I have a friend who told me something once. And I was just like, that don't make sense.
I think the scene that got me was when she was in the shower. And next thing you know, she opened the door. She was in the bookstore. And I was like, how the hell
and she was naked?
Yeah.
And then she was really there?
Yeah.
And it's like, so where was you at?
Exactly.
And how did you get there?
Now, how do you get all the way here?
And like loss of time. I think if you're in a psychotic state, how people lose sense of time. That's terrifying though. Ugh. Second movie. This one on Hulu. This is called Where Did You Go, Bernadette? Cate Blanchett. White woman was coming this weekend. White women said, just in case you thought we didn't know how to act, let me remind you. Cate Blanchett act the fuck out of this. Again, Where Did You Go, Bernadette? So this is about Bernadette. It's based off a book too. I didn't read the book though. So Bernadette, she's an architect that basically, kind of got it all. So she's living in Seattle. She had a beautiful home. Her husband's successful, but not baby successful. We're talking about Silicon Valley, Microsoft successful. So like Microsoft bought his company. They live in their damn life. They have a teenage daughter who love her life. She's smart. She going down to school with Tyreek. She going to choke. I almost hit the ground when I seen it.
Choke.
What is it? Choke. Choked.
Choke.
Choke.
Choked.
Choked.
Yeah.
Choked.
Yes.
Choate. Choke.
Yes. Choke.
No K.
Ain't no K in it.
Did the T-E is a K?
No.
There's a choke. Choke. Is
Choke.
the T-E silent?
Choked.
Choked.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the T. Thank you, Nero. Daughter going there. She happy. But
I wonder if she meet Tyrese there. Tyreek.
she better not, honey. They better change her life. She's about to be on Power Book too. Coming this summer. And what happens is you slowly see her begin to unwind. Like you see like how great she was, and you see she took this break, and then like you're trying to put two and two together. You didn't think she just kind of a grumpy white woman, but you're like, oh, like why is she so antisocial? Why is she like hating her life? And Lawrence Fishburne is also in here. Then you slowly begin to see the layers peel back, and you see why she stopped becoming like. Why did she start? What is the active word for architecture? Building, creating.
Yeah.
I guess creating, and you get more of a backstory that, you know, a white man or a colonizer came in and did white man things, because architecture is a very white male dominated field, and her being a woman with a slightly different perspective, they came in there and like basically tried to destroy her, right? Destroy her credibility, destroy all the things she did. Meanwhile, on the ranch, she's winning MacArthur grants and all those things. At the same time, she's trying to get pregnant. She's revealed that has all these miscarriages, and like this last baby she had, they didn't think they was gonna make it. And this sums up that she basically put so much of her life into her family and her husband that now they're at this point where this other chapter is evolving. Husband doing his thing, he great, thriving. Daughter doing her thing, she great, thriving. And I just leave mom in the old raggedy ass house that she was supposed to finish 20 years ago, and she never did. And she basically, like, she lost herself so much in her family, and it was hard for her to even find herself. And you see, like, the slow breakdown of that, and then her going on a journey to truly get connected back to her work, right? And saying that it's okay for me. As a mom, I did what I did at this time, but now I can immerse myself back in my own creative journey. And by me doing that, that makes me a better person for my family. Like, I summarized it. There's a lot of other stuff that happens, but I think, you know, I don't know if all of us can identify having an ultra rich husband and all that type of stuff, or like a daughter. But I think that happens sometimes. As women, a lot of times we take the brunt of the emotional labor or the physical labor when it comes to our family. And not because we have to, right? Because I think that's just more of a natural instinct into intuition, and you get so used to that cycle. But when your family doesn't need you in that way, and if you're not able to bounce back or, you know, redirect your energy for good, you become a menace. You become a menace to society, right? Because you don't have anywhere to put this extra energy at, right? Because you're used to being needed and wanted in a certain space. So it was just an interesting, view when it came to like womanhood and like these different chapters and adjusting and how much we put into our families. And I thought it was just super beautiful. What did you think about Niram? Again, Niram fell asleep. So. Again, more of a Nyambi movie, but not as much as The Horse Girl. Horse Girl is intense. It might be a scene that scare you. In Horse Girl. This one was more like, yeah, I can see you. Like, this is like a good Sunday watch. Like, this is a good Sunday watch after church. You got the laundry in the background. Maybe got a roast in the slow cooker. And you're like, yeah, this is good. This feels good. I can relate. It's like you can relate. Even as a black young woman, I've had empathy for Bernadette in this. Like, when she was going through the motions, like, oh, I can absolutely see how you got here. Your thoughts?
I thought it was just interesting as well. I think the other thing is just how the fuck she just dipped the fuck out.
She literally could not take it.
She just dipped
and
out.
She just dipped the fuck out.
She was wheezy out.
She was wheezy out. And then the husband was like, she'll come back when she good. And the daughter was like, what the fuck? And the husband was like, oh, that is fucked up.
Shit. Where the fuck my mama?
And the husband was like, she'll come back.
She'll come back.
And the daughter was like, no, we're going to look for her ass. But yeah, I haven't done it. I hope I don't get to that point. But can I see how women just got to get the fuck out because they feel like they're dying and they're smothering and they can't breathe? Yeah, that's not that far fetched for me. Like if anybody come to tell me like, yeah, my mama just walked away, I'm like, yeah, I can see. It ain't no shade to the family. Like it's all personal, right? It's the angst you put on yourself, and it just builds up. The pressure's too strong sometimes.
So you'll just dip out.
I hope I don't. I hope I keep connected to the Lord and I tell somebody. Like, I hope I get connected.
At least send a text.
Huh? Somebody, I hope. But hell, I ain't going to say what I will and won't do. Ask me then. I don't know. And then my last little piece of my update, y'all know I done finally went back in the house of the Lord. And it was good. Y'all getting ready for this Lent season. Is you adding something? Is you taking something away? Is you doing quiet meditation and prayer? You doing fasting? Let Nyambi know. Honestly, what's the tea at my church is, Niram don't even know that, our pastor stepped down 2 weeks ago. And like suddenly, and was just like, "This is my last sermon. Weezy out." And everybody was like,
What?
"Y'all hear that? No scandal."
Nyambi, I thought you was watching Bedside Baptist.
I
Why you ain't know?
They don't record that part. What? I mean, I would imagine they won't put that
Why
part. They
you
just do the
ain't know?
sermon. They just do the sermons. I knew they sent the email. I ain't read it, but and then I went in today, and the other associate pastor was like, "All right, we're gonna keep unpacking this. Like, there is no hard feelings." Like, he was explicit. I appreciate. He's like, "There is no scandal. There is no hard feelings." Like, the previous pastor is literally doing this because they need to be with his family. Like, he says, or he believes, he knows the Lord is calling him to do something else, and he cannot do something else and be the head pastor at the church at the same time. Mm-hmm. Like, he's like, that is what it is. Like, you can Google, ain't gonna be no stories, ain't none of that gonna happen. Nobody stole nothing. Like, you could tell he was like, that ain't happen. So it was just interesting. You could see, you could feel the church like, oh dang, because I would agree, our pastor is mighty dynamic. And him just being a black man in Silicon Valley, like, just brings a different perspective. I know that's what I was drawn to him about. So I think it's just different seeing the associate pastor, who's a white man, kind of step in this space to kind of hold this church together, because you can see he's younger. So of course he's a pastor, but he definitely came in as an associate pastor, meaning he wanted to learn under, you know what I'm saying, this person to get him. I'm sure he thought he had at least a few more years, honey, before he took a head pastorship. And if it did, it wasn't going to be at this church, right? It was going to be somewhere else.
This is like an episode of Greenleaf.
And so it was just interesting to see how the people were navigating through it. And he gave a word. He let them weird sports analogies, but this one made sense. Because when that white man gets talking, I'm like, what? Too many sports. And he was talking about how, like, the Greyhounds, right? He said, I know y'all are the Saints in here, so I'm going to tell you about my time before. I used to watch the dogs race. And, when when the dogs go out, they chasing, like, that little teddy bear. Mm-hmm. And they all got their eyes fixed on that no matter what. And the goal is just to get to the end. He was like, as a church, we have to think of ourselves as the Greyhound. We have to think of that hare as God, right? No matter what is happening, our ultimate goal is to follow God. It doesn't matter where you do it. It doesn't matter who's leading this ship. But know that our church is going to continue to move forward in that. And instead of us getting caught up on, what about him? That ain't the goal, right? People going to be here for different reasons, seasons, and places. But the goal of this church home, is to move forward. And he also did analogies like the Titanic, right? So the Titanic was sinking. I forgot the name of the boat that came and got him, but it started with just a Mediterranean cruise ship that was going from New York to the Mediterranean. Mm-hmm. And what happened was the captain got on and was like, I know y'all thought this was a cruise ship, but now this has become a rescue mission. So we're going out to get these people from the Titanic. And they went out and they saved all those 700, I think they saved about 700 some plus people. And they said, like, when you were going through it, right? Like, after you went out and saved all those people, right? You don't ever come out and be like, but damn, I really wish I went on my Mediterranean cruise, right? Like, same thing he said here. We're no longer on a cruise ship. We're now on a rescue mission. Right. So our goal is to go out here to preach the gospel of the Lord, to do good for each other, to support our community. So we need to kind of move forward. Right. So I think it was firm. I think it was assertive. And of course, he tied it to the Lord. Right. Like I ain't never seen him come off that strong. And I was impressed with Nyambi's process. And I'm going to get through this Lent season. I've never been in a church under a white man.
So that makes you changing churches?
No. I'm just going to see how I go. Because I think a lot of people just change. Like, I'm not the one to just change my church because the pastor leave, right? I'm definitely what he says. I'm here to worship the Lord. Whoever come through here, let's do this. Unless you start talking crazy, ridiculous, start talking down on certain people. My people, I don't play that shit. I'll get up a minute, put my finger up and never come back. But that white man ain't did that yet. Now, if he decides to cut crazy.
You know he's going to make some changes.
I'm wheezy out. But if he don't, I'm going to hang on. But it is going to be an adjustment.
The music going to be a lot more vanilla.
I don't think so, because the pastors were never that connected. Like, we have a whole minister of music that does that. Like, the pastors don't come in and be like, what y'all running down?
You sure?
Well, I'll see. I mean, it ain't like I came there for the music. And also, the last thing I know, oh my God, I'm talking way too much. He even talked a little bit about the seasons of Christianity, right? And how it's shifting. And how we need to be flexible and like fungible in the season. So he really went through like 4 generations of Christianity in America. So first he talked about like heavy Christian, right? So way back in the day, in the 50s and 60s, when it was like an obligation, when literally the New York Times will have like Christian readings, like the school be praying, right? Heavy. Everybody went to church, to the point if you didn't go to church, people almost shamed you. They'd be like, what you mean you ain't go to church? Right? Like, that mean your boss will check on you. Like, well, I ain't see you in church Sunday. What's going on? Right? And then from there, we went to this era that we are kind of coming out of now, which is the more attraction model. So I go to church because it feel good. It look good. They got good praise and worship. But the thing with that, and now we're shifting now, is to more of like a mission-driven type church in Christianity, is because from that attraction models, ain't no disciples for the Lord was created. People just come there because they like the music. So, when the music stopped, you just like, well, I'm heading back. Right? So it's like really shifting. So it was interesting how he broke it down. I was impressed. I'll keep y'all updated on whatever's happening. We'll see. Like I said, my only hang up is I've just never been ministered unto a white man as the head pastor. I done had associate pastors white men, but the head man?
You gotta follow after this white man.
I gotta think about it. I mean, that white man ain't said nothing ridiculous. He has admitted racism and systematic racism is real. White. He has said like homophobia is, like, he has said all the right things.
He's still straight white male though.
So we'll see. And as soon as he cuts crazy, y'all know I will report out. Go ahead, Nero.
That's like ties to slavery.
What? Don't do that. No, it's not. You're very confused. I love the Lord, honey.
Oh, okay.
I ain't there to worship no pastor, honey. And that's why everybody don't want Nyambi in their church. Because I don't have a problem talking to any of them a certain type of way, honey.
Oh, what you say though?
Whatever on my damn mind.
Oh.
What you mean? What I say to them? And if that white man cut crazy, not only am I going to leave, but I'm going to let him know why I left.
Oh. In what form? Email, both. Pigeon?
The email, and I request a meeting. Oh, I will request a meeting with a pastor in a minute. What he gonna do?
Which wig you gonna wear?
The biggest afro I got. Come on. I'll request a meeting with that pastor in a minute. And your woman. Bring the first lady in too.
So Naomi ain't mentioned she been wearing her wig backwards for the past 3 months.
I've been wearing, and I like it this way. And the thing is, I done cut it, so I can't wear it the other way. So now I wear my wig just backwards. I'm going to buy another one. I was like, damn, I got to do a lot of shaping.
Naomi came in.
It's cute, though. You don't like it.
Baby, you look like Rick James.
I was like, what?
It's like, what?
I said, what happened with this?
What happened to my wig? It didn't look like this yesterday.
I said, I done had this suck on backwards. But it's cute. I done made bangs. Come on. What's wrong with you?
So back to A.M. Joy. I think the point, A.M. Joy.
Oh, shit. I forgot about her.
Yeah.
Joy Reid.
I
did the whole episode.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Love is ever evolving.
Peace. Come on.
Back to A.M. Joy. So, they were talking that shit. They was talking about the Nevada caucuses is happening on. And, Bernie was in the lead and things of that sort. Mm-hmm. And, me and Naomi having our little political talk.
Yeah.
About like different strategies and things of that sort, and who she thinks she's gonna vote for and all this stuff.
I don't know yet.
And I think one of the things that came up in there was this whole notion, because people was like, well, it's talking about Bloomberg and versus Donald Trump and Bernie and all this other stuff, and people was like, well, Bloomberg is a millionaire and like, or billionaire, and then like, well, somebody say, well, Bernie's a millionaire, and then it's like, well, the difference, blah blah blah, and like, it's a difference between millionaire and billionaire, and like somebody came up in there, I think it was a black woman,
yeah,
they came up in there, and it's like, well, y'all got it misconstrued, because to somebody who ain't got nothing. There's no difference between millionaires and billionaires.
Come on. Ain't no difference if you only making 20, 30,000. Millionaire, billionaire,
if
same
you
shit.
a thousandaire.
Come on. If you a thousandaire, it ain't.
If you a hundredaire.
Dollarnaire.
There is no difference between a millionaire and a billionaire. And I think that was a word, man. Just to understand that. And even for like the mindset, right?
Yeah.
Because like, you have to actually stop and think, count with your fingers and shit, fingers and toes, like the difference between.
And it's a lot, but it's a lot in theory.
100 million versus 6 billion.
But saying it out loud ain't that much. When you that poor, so the billionaire and the million, they closer than that. What?
Yeah,
it's a lot. You got a lot of fucking money. You can buy a lot of troubles away.
A lot of them. So I think, and that was the difference, because there was arguments like, well, the difference between Bernie and Bloomberg is that Bloomberg can buy this presidency and Bernie can't. And like, that's the difference between millionaire and billionaire. And somebody has to say, if you're talking about the Calliope projects.
Yeah, it don't got nothing to do with it.
It don't matter.
And I would argue, y'all, I don't know who y'all voting for. I don't know. And did they say the Russians are influenced Bernie? Like, why is Bernie all of a sudden just coming up to the front? Like, white people vote for Bernie? I thought that was his lowest turnout. White people vote for Bernie.
Yes.
Really?
So I
know
think
who
it's a
I'm voting
mixture.
for,
So
honestly. I really was hoping for Tom, but he don't got one delegate.
no.
I guess I gotta let that go.
Nayib just wanted to replace one billionaire with another.
You know what? And you know they tried to get it. They be like, black women is the ones who voting for the billionaires.
They are.
We want to be kept.
And it is. And there was an article in the Root, I think it was from Michael Harriot, that talked about that, like how blacks are like rooting for
Black
Bloomberg.
women,
Yeah.
in particular, not black men.
Like black women are rooting for Bloomberg because
not Tom, y'all.
no.
I think I could get behind Tom, but I don't think he got a chance.
He don't have a chance.
Would it hurt if I just vote for him in the primary?
If you
and then
want
I get
to.
on board for the real.
I heard Jill Stein.
I know. I need to think thoughtfully.
So, this whole notion of that, and I think it's just very interesting. Like, are y'all talking politics at home?
Y'all gonna have to start talking it. We're gonna have to maybe.
Are
once
y'all
a
talking
week.
platforms?
We're gonna have to once a week, y'all begin unpacking it because this is a very confusing election cycle.
And I know,
Especially
like,
for primaries. This early on, this is very confusing.
because I know, I think all in general, there's nothing that was really exciting to me about the Democratic Party.
No.
But anything to get
Tom.
anything to get the current president out, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the reasons, like that's more or less our mindset, and I hope that's like most everybody's mindset to figure that out. But like the difference between like Bernie's way of like doing healthcare versus Lizzie's version versus Klobuchar, like
Moses Buddha bitch.
yeah. Here we go again.
Pete's.
Mayor Pete.
I don't know. Mayor Pete had the faces though. Okay, I'm not trying to be. Every time they said something bad about him, he was like, "Bitch."
Ooh, ooh, and
Yeah, he's like, and I.
But this
I
latest,
appreciate just his look.
this latest debate.
Yeah, we still. Go ahead.
No, but I think the latest debate just showed it all. How Lizzie Warren is coming for throats.
Lizzie Warren is saying, "Listen," because I think they keep saying, "Can she go against Donald Trump?" And she was like, "Guess what? I'll slit a nigga throat." Also, but you also got to think a little. Are people having the real conversation that you might have to step outside of yourself? What James Brown said, don't let me come up out myself to really go head to head in this presidential election. I think all the traditional norms are going to be thrown out the door. I think people are going to be tip dancing and walking a very fine tightrope with their personal and professional ethics and values and how they show up to truly make an impact on this election. And basically the game is changing. And the game is literally changing before our eyes. And I just hope they're fungible enough to be able to adjust to the needs of not only their constituents, our people, but also be swift enough to not let Donald Trump and his team run the fucking okie doke too. And that's hard.
Not only that, Russia too.
In Russia.
And so yeah, like
that's that the game has changed.
Yeah, I was reading somewhere like the Russians are already starting to meddle into
if they got Donald Trump to win, like, I'm sure they running odds on who as the Democratic nominee should they big up. But although they kind of get them to win the Democratic nomination, are they least likely to win against Trump? Right, all that shit go into it and start playing with it again, like things that I'm sure people thought about before, but I don't think it was brought so explicitly to the public's attention. And the game has just changed so much and is literally changing before our eyes. Like the American political system is having a complete overhaul right now, and we are watching history. Because I anticipate after this next presidential election, depending on who wins, some shit might shift. Eventually, those electoral colleges is getting out of here. Eventually, they're going to let a Democrat or somebody super liberal get in that bitch. And those going to be destroyed.
Yeah.
But the Republican Party ain't destroying it. But, like, that type of shit. Or how we do primaries, right? Like, do you continuously do these primaries the same way we've been doing it all these years, which are the majority of white states get the vote, right? Do you mix it up? When do you go more brown people? All that shit is going to be up for discussion. If it's already not.
I just be glad when somebody come in there and just get rid of this whole electoral college bullshit.
Child, I mean, then we talking about bigger things like even our Constitution. Because we even think about the voting rights amendment and stuff. Those are all amendments. And at any moment, that shit can be destroyed. And they can take that stuff away. Right? Like but you know what? Let me stop. To start breaking down like the core values and these core symbols of America, something gonna have to happen ridiculously drastic. And I don't even want to speak into the universe, but something is going to have to happen so big. And I ain't talking about Donald Trump, like so big that the fiber of American society is going to have to crumble for any of that shit to start happening.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot who else listened to. I don't know, it was Amanda Seals or LeVert, some black genius. It was like literally for us to like rethink the Constitution, these amendments, and like question it a little bit. The Decepticons will have to come down from where Decepticons live and say, we here to fuck up Earth. And then that's when America will forget about race. Because we got Decepticons.
Because everybody come together.
Because now we got to come together. Because the Decepticons is here. And you're right. I'm no longer
Autobots.
And the Decepticons come down, I'm no longer black. I'm American. Because we got to get this shit together. Okay? Anything else, Nero?
Yeah, so...
I'm sorry, that was a tangent. So you ain't come together, Decepticons come?
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck this Constitution.
But I think, that it's one of those things that you really have to think about, right?
Or got to make them some money. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm sorry. The Decepticons got to come. Or changing the Constitution, the Amendment Bill, got to make the white men more money by changing it than keeping it what it is. Them the two reasons.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, like, when they do change it, it's still going to be for the worse.
Of course. At least we'd be a part of the fucking conversation now. Sorry. Sorry, I woke Mabel up.
So I think that was the whole thing. Like, what y'all think? What y'all think about this? Are y'all Bernie bro? Are y'all
Lizzie Kitties?
I don't know. Liddy Kitty. Liddy.
And she wear kitties. Don't y'all be wearing them ears?
And y'all be wearing those pussycat hats and shit.
Wait, I don't like how you say pussycat.
What? It's called pussycat hats. Or y'all are
Tom.
Bloomberg ballers or something. I don't know.
Bloomberg bosses. I don't know what Klobuchar, honey. Klondike bar. I don't know. Then Booty Gang. I don't know.
And Booty Gang, not Booty Gang. That's his right there. That's Booty Gang.
Ew, that's so bad. That's so many reasons. That's so tasteless. I'm sorry. That was tacky. Let's do a different one with Mayor Pete. Okay. Mayor Pete and them. Let's just call him and them.
Pete, no.
Yeah, don't call Booty Gang. With him being gay, I got negative associations. You didn't even think about that, did you?
No.
I did.
But
let's say Pete and them.
Oh. But the way him and Klobuchar just be arguing,
I don't know why they keep going at each other.
They just be going at each other next, though, because they can't go after nobody else.
And meanwhile, is Biden there? Cupcake crew.
Biden's washed.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
He's washed.
But I would have loved to see a Biden-Trump face-off. I say it like it's a fight. Mm-hmm. I would love to see a Biden-Trump face-off.
Listen here, Cupcake.
Because I know Bernie gonna get to shaking.
Barney.
He gonna get to shaking and shit. Lizzie gonna get to pointing her thumb, but Biden gonna be like, "Listen, motherfucker.
Listen here, Cupcake.
I got your fucking number." That fight will be interesting. Is he? No, it's only with whoever the nominee is, right? Mm-hmm. It's never like a joint primary top 2 or 3. Damn. I would love to see Biden and Trump go at it, though.
And who the hell is going against? Is anybody going against Trump? I thought Bloomberg was going against Trump.
Bloomberg went identify. I said, is he a Republican? I just assumed by him having that much money, he's a Republican. But Tom, Democrat.
But Tom be so damn quiet.
I gotta stop caping.
The thing is, I see more Bloomberg commercials than anybody else.
I see Bloomberg on my television, on YouTube,
podcast, everything.
I think he was on the read. I said, is that Bloomberg? Crystal Kid Fury. Oh, okay.
But they said this nigga spent how many
he spent $7 million a day.
They had broke it down to this nigga spend.
That's a little hating ass nigga shit. I'm not saying these billionaires ain't get their money ethically, but I don't know if you can punish somebody after would you want them just to give all their fucking money back?
Do you think you deserve to have all that money?
See, that's why the Lord didn't make me rich. I'm like, kiss a dick. Look, eat it. What your button number? He said, eat my dick. Now, but what's wrong is the system at play and taxes, right? And the laws. That's the fucking problem. Not that I'm getting my fucking money. Eat a dick. Mike did better than me. You give me your money back?
Well, he really ain't do that good.
I know. But I think that question's kind of like, what the fuck you want him to do? Like, what? He said, I'm giving it back to you broke ass bitches.
To you brokies.
You
I'm giving it back to you brokies.
I just don't think that's a fair question.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you mean? Like, what you just want him to go live on the street? Like, what do you want him to do? He's a billionaire. What? Like, what do they want him to do? Like, I'm almost, see, that's why I come in. What do you want me to do? What would you do? If you had this much money, what would you do? Or could you not get this much money? What is it?
Republican Nyambi.
Look, not Republican Nyambi, but shit. Like, why are you asking that man that? Do you think I deserve this money?
Yes,
What the fuck you mean do I deserve it? They would never ask like a black woman that. Do you think you deserve that? Get the fuck out of here. Do you? What do you? I'm trying to unpack this. And I don't cape for white men. I don't cape for billionaires. But I think it's one of those questions like, what do you deserve? Perception's reality, right? Objective. I don't know. Do we deserve anything? I don't know. That's between you and the Lord. I don't know. I know that's right, Mabel. Go ahead, Nero.
So after the last podcast, I don't even know if I even talked about my back. I'm over here dealing with a throat thing. I had a back thing. Y'all just keep your boy lifted. I'm just gonna rub some salve on it and pop these muscle relaxers until they run out.
Taking a couple more, Nero. Don't be saying it like that.
Pop these muscle relaxers until they run out. And other than that, I think on the other personal, like, I'm just rolling high. I'll say, how the campaign come out? Rolling high.
Oh,
riding high.
I was thinking like Wiz Khalifa.
Oh. Okay. I had this campaign come out that was pretty big, pretty fucking big. And, it's just making moves and just keeping the momentum going. Once you have it. I was talking to my nephew about that, about creating momentum and how to sustain it and how to keep going afterwards, right? So anybody else is out there is listening who are also creators, keep that momentum going, keep hustling. And it's one of those things is like an overnight success is not really an overnight success. It really comes from hard work and years of dedication. And then the next thing you know, you look up and you are successful versus anybody just being like a lottery winner and just having this overnight success.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to hop into some pillow talk?
Yeah, let's do some pillow talk.
What you got for us?
Y'all niggas been asking us to talk about Baby Zion.
Thought his name was Zaya now.
Oh.
Her name.
Oh, the baby name ain't Zion.
I think.
Baby Z. We gonna do Baby Z. You sure the name ain't Zion?
But.
Who is Zion? Is that my family?
No.
Oh. Where did I get Zion from?
Because that was his male name. But
so now her name is
Zaya, I think.
I thought it was like Xander and then went to Zion.
I don't know. Let's see.
Fact check. We gonna say Baby Z because I say a baby because they young. They ain't even 13 yet. Y'all niggas, stay in y'all lane. I don't know why y'all want Nyambi and Niram to talk about this. You already know what we feel about it. Stay in your fucking lane. Let them folks raise their kids how they see fit. Black people, get out your fucking feelings. Get out the way. Honestly, black folks, if we really want to get to talking slick, are a lot of us is a bunch of closeted ass conservatives. We're gonna start with Boosie, eating it ass. What the fuck is he talking about? Who asked Boosie his opinion on Baby Z or raising any children? Who asked?
So his name was Zion.
Okay.
And now you want to be pronounced to Zaya.
Zaya. Okay, Baby Zaya. Who asked Boosie? When he just beeped out with the campus?
Yeah.
Like, who? And then what Boosie talking about the reassignment surgery? Who said that? I'ma just need everybody to get a dictionary. And words mean things. From what I heard, Gabby and Dwayne says, this is how our daughter would like to be identified, and that's how we're going to identify her. I didn't hear nothing about gender reassignment surgery. I didn't hear nothing about hormones. I didn't hear nothing about that. And if they choose to do that, y'all know what? That's their kid. And they got good insurance. And they can do that. Right? Regardless of how you feel as a parent, of what you would do with your child, that's your prerogative. But I think I got a problem with people just overstepping the parenting line. All of a sudden. And I think that then goes to unpack toxicity in some folks' lives and relationship that they haven't seen what unconditional love look like. When you finally see what the unconditional love look like, no matter who you are, what you do, what you believe, you don't even know how to receive that. You become uncomfortable. I just don't know why folks not minding their business. That is what I'm. This whole situation is absolutely blowing my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Dwayne and Gabby gonna have to raise their kids how they see fit, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to stay in your lane with that, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's a bigger problem. I think our black conservatism is showing. When it
Well,
comes
you know,
to
blacks is
with
always
homophobia, like
conservative.
we closet conservatives, and the thing is, we just don't have the privilege to express or actions on the ideas of this conservativeness because our blackness.
Mm-hmm.
But in situations like this, where we do feel empowered, I think we over rotate, and this is what happens, and then our black conservatives start showing because we can't do it in outwardly other places, but we can do it for each other because there's been a lot of white people families and came out and said this, and what black people said.
Not a damn thing.
But now ours done come out and said it. Now with space, time, and energy to talk about who, what, when, where, how, and all of a sudden somebody is now an expert on gender, sexuality, reassignment surgery, hormones. Everybody done became all the doctors they can in the last 2 weeks. So again, I know it ain't getting to the nitty gritty, but it's a mixture of minding your own business. It's a mixture of parenting style. It's a mixture of just. Nero, what you think?
No, you know,
You can disagree, and y'all can disagree with me too, because I know a lot of people. Well, I get it, but maybe they ain't after puberty. I mean, yes, I have my own thoughts on it, but that ain't y'all business. What they doing with their child?
and I think that's my main thing. It's not my business either. I think I'm more or less curious about the process, right?
Yeah.
So Zaya is 12, 13. Like, are they going to go through the process when she turned 18?
That's super intimate, though.
And I'm just saying, like, that's really not none of my business, but it's just more of that curiosity just to understand, like, where the process is at. But, like, if Zaya want to be, you know, if Zaya is a woman and want to be known as a woman, then that's her business. And I would say just go with it. But, you know, all this other shit, you know, Boosie coming out there and just going ham, I definitely don't think, like, that's warranted. Because, you know, like you said, it's really about this whole thing of, just blacks just being straight up conservative, and it's crazy how we got our own opinions when it's somebody else, but when it's our shit, we want all types of grace and shit as well. And I really just think that's crazy. But you know, I'm more power to them. I wish Zaya, Gabby, Dwayne, you know, all the success. But you know, like you saying, they got money,
They got good insurance.
they got good insurance,
And they're like, what is there any therapy?
they got
broke
good money,
niggas.
they got good therapist money.
Yeah, they got a whole different level of access that y'all can't even begin to think about. And I think that's the bigger issue. And I think I was more triggered of, like, it feels like respectability politics. It feels like, you know, very much a man is a man, a woman is a woman. That's how God made it type shit, right? It feels very like old school black church. It feels very judgy. It's like one-on-one not understanding anything you don't have complete clear understanding and mental models of. Is something wrong with it? And I don't think that is. Or the opposite, like two truths can live in the same universe. You can have core values on how you raise your kids and how you navigate in the space, and someone can have a completely different viewpoint on how they raise their kids and how they execute it. That doesn't mean that either one of you are wrong. Right? You're just doing the best for you. And I think I have a problem when, like, that can't live, right? Like, is one way or the highway, or you're so rigid in a certain belief that you just suspend all reality and logic to make your viewpoint
It just don't
accurate.
make sense.
And that's the piece that get me. But also, I agree. People probably just interested, and because, you know, Gabby and Dwayne have such a, you know, they're a public figure. They're relying on them to give that information. But I don't think Dwayne.
But it's not their
in his
responsibility.
that's what I said.
though.
It's not their responsibility to do that. And that's when we have to educate ourselves. And Google is a beautiful search engine. And so is YouTube and all those things. And for the most part, a lot of those folks we see there are white, that white viewpoint. And I do think being black always adds something a little bit different to it. So I think we're looking just to see ourselves in that situation to unpack it. But however, I think just naturally within time, there's going to be more exposure to it.
Yeah.
And more of a voice to it. And in this space, sometimes you just have to be you just don't get privy to everything. It's like we tell white people, right? You're not privy to everything. You can't say nigga.
As much as you want
Because
to.
I just told you, you're just not in the know. You just can't. So we also have to be comfortable with that. I hope that was enough for y'all. What else you think, Aaron?
I think that's it, baby.
Okay.
I really think that's it.
Cool. Close us out then.
Well, to submit your Black Love story, go to blacklovematters.com. To submit questions for Kitchen Table Talk, shoot us an email, blacklovematters@gmail.com. To leave a comment about anything we talked about, head on over to that website. We got that SoundCloud, and we got that voicemail. That's at 508-784-1111. That's 508-784-1111. Talk to y'all later, and remember, love is ever evolving.
Peace.
Peace.